We got another call on the line, and it's another player from the Atlanta Atlanta Steam team, the Legends Football League, Miss Coco Montgomery. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What's up, Coco? How you feel?
I'm all right. Just rehabbing from the season.
I know you are. You out there putting out work. How you feeling? Everything going good? The rehab?
Yeah. Just, getting in, trying to grind out those injuries, be ready for the preseason in October.
That's what's up. So you're going into your fourth year, right?
Yes, I'm on my fourth year.
So it's your fourth year, and this has been back-to-back years of championship games. So I mean that's a long season. It's taking its toll, or how you holding up?
Yeah, it's just with us being so physical out there, it's important for us to really rehab as soon as the season ends because preseason starts right back up. In a few months right after our season ends, so. It's like if you don't take care of your body, even for previous seasons, it can catch back up with you. And I already had like a little knee injury that I was trying to, overcome, but it kind of, it's tweaking with me a little bit. So I'm just trying to do all I can before I go into my fourth season with any type of knee problems.
Definitely, and you're like an enforcer out there. You impose your will out there, so that knee is very important.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So talk to me. What are some of your goals that you're trying to accomplish going into your fourth season? Like, what do you want to do this year different than the past couple of years?
I just want to be probably a little bit more consistent when it comes to my commitment out there. A lot of people know, I'm very well known in the league. I've always made, the first team's awards as far as the LSL awards where you're able to at the end of the year they're able to put the best players in this position, honorable mention, all these things of that nature. And so my previous seasons I've always been on those teams offensively and defensively where my name is known, where the stats are there, where again I impose my will, so I take notice to people. But it's like this year coming to my fourth season is almost like me doing everything I can to get all of my teammates involved, or at least making them better, so we can be a better team around as far as all around the LSL. We went to the championship this year as far as the Eastern Conference Championship, but of course we didn't come home with the victory, so it kind of put us in a setback mode. And instead of us degressing, I would like, for us to progress in any way possible. So I know it's going to be a challenge for me to go out there, and I'm going to challenge myself to be, the best player I possibly can be. No reps off. Just doing everything I can to show my teammates that I am fully committed, that I want them to be fully committed so that we all have the same goal in mind, and that's the Legends Cup.
That's what's up. And for you, Coco, entering your fourth year, like you already said, you're looked at as a leader in that locker room now. You're a veteran. You're a veteran now, right?
Right.
So definitely, it's good to hear you making sure that you're gonna, lead the team to victory. So how does it feel to be a female in a sport that's mainly dominated by males?
It can sometimes, it can be a little challenging because, you get out there and. Say, for instance, you're doing something that you think you're doing right, you're going to have, a male or some sort to always, try to criticize the fact that, well, you don't know what you're doing, or, you're doing this a little, slightly wrong. And everybody has their version as far as every male. They may have their version if they played football before, how you should run this route or that route, or how you should block this person, that person, or get in your stance. But for the most part, I really, as far as an individual, I really don't get as much of that feedback from people when I go out there. I think that I've been taught by some of the best, male athletes when it comes to me playing football, no matter what position I play, that most of the time I'm getting almost like a response that's impressive. Most guys are like, oh my gosh, like you can run a route like Calvin Johnson. Like, oh my gosh, you can block like so-and-so. Like, oh my goodness, you know how to pursue, read, and react. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like all I do, I do go out there and I try to correct anything I need to correct and try to make sure that, even when it comes to something as technical as doing a swim move, and I'm trying to do everything I can to be the best out there to make it look, or, as I'm not a guy, but I know that I watch guys play football all the time. And I can sit at a TV and say, oh, man, let me see how I can perfect this or that move, or let me see how I can run that route a little bit crisper, So it's a good thing to be able to play a sport behind men, even at a high level. When it comes to the NFL, I can turn on my TV and watch and see who can I do this just like. But it can be sometimes, like I said, sometimes challenging for men to almost like look at it as, okay, well, you'll never be as good as we are. And at the end of the day, I don't agree with that. I do say we will never probably get to the level of play that guys are in the NFL. But I do think that, women, if we put our mind to it, if we practice, if we try to perfect our strength, we can be as good as a lot of men on our own level. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and I'm be able to tackle a guy full speed the way he would be able to tackle another guy. What I'm saying is, for women, we can do it at our own level and still look as good as they look out there. We just won't be able to go as quick or do it as fast just because of the, testosterone in the man.
That's huge. And I'll tell you, Coco, I mean, you played all 6 games. I think you had about 3 touchdowns this year. A lot of different tackles, and as the new song says, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So you must be doing something right.
Right.
So you mentioned, watching football and, trying to learn different moves from some of the NFL players. So who's some of your role models, in sports? Who do you look up to? Who are you trying to, model behind?
In football in general, or you mean across?
Well, just across the board.
Kobe Bryant is my number one.
Kobe.
I love Kobe Bryant.
So you're a Laker fan.
I'm not necessarily a Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
Okay.
I've always been one. As far as like a football athlete, like I said, I named Calvin Johnson a little earlier. He's one of my favorite athletes when it comes to, because he plays on the same positions I play. When it comes to boxing, I do like Ronda Rousey. Rousey, she's very. When I say, I think that she does a great job putting women out on the map and keeping them there. As far as her competitiveness, even though she's new on the scope of things, as far as her not being around as long, I think just the time that she's been here, she's made a very, very big impact on women's sports. So as far as one of my a woman that I can look at and say, she's doing a great job. Let me get out there. Let me do some of the same things I do in my own sport. I'm not really too big of a. I know a lot of people say this. A LeBron fan, I'm not trying to be funny in this.
Nah, me neither. I'm not a fan either, so we good.
Yeah, I'm not. Most people be like, "Well, who's your favorite player, LeBron?" No, definitely not. I think as big as he is, he should be able to do most of the things that he can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as me, I'm always going for the person who people will almost always say, "Oh, I don't think they can do that." And so, that's why I say, like, even with Rhonda, she's a woman. Most people are say, "Oh, well, she's just a woman. She came from nowhere. She can't really do anything." Same thing with Kobe. To me, he first came out. He had so many challenges. I'm always looking to be that player that is somebody say, "Oh, I don't think they can do that." You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I get a lot of that's where I kind of focus my attention to when it comes to me being an athlete, trying to be that player that people almost like to say, "Okay, well, she can't do that," and I go out there and prove them wrong.
Yeah, that's huge. So I need to know, like, when you mentioned Ronda Rousey, and she's very intimidating, right? So when you're getting fired up for a game and you got your headphones in and you listening to music, getting fired up, what you thinking about? What are you listening to?
And most of the time, I'm just really focused.
Okay.
I'm making sure that my atmosphere around me is not anywhat negative. A lot of times when you're on legal sports teams, I've been playing ball since I was 4 years old. So I know how it goes. We go to practice. We have a game coming up. Okay, are we going to do what we practice? Are we going to go out there and do what we set to do? What I try to make sure is that I'm not in any type of atmosphere where the girls are just playing around and goofing off. You see what I'm saying? And doing things that's going to almost take you out of, the atmosphere you need to be in when it comes to being on point with it. Going out there being A1, making sure that you're not forgetting anything, just being totally focused. I'm listening to the music. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so, I'm always playing a lot of old school T.I., a lot of old school Big Boy,
okay.
A lot of that stuff, making sure that I'm just pumped, So I just keep my mind frame on football, making sure that I know that I can go out there and being confident, knowing that the game is going to come around, make sure I'm suited up, I'm booted, and I'm ready to go and do some things out there. So that's really how my game prep goes.
That's what's up. So my last question for you is, so first and foremost, I mean, like I said, I've watched a couple of different Legends football games, and my very first game was the Jacksonville game in the playoffs last year, actually. Right. And that was I don't think I've seen a better like NFL game, honestly speaking. You guys were down by I think 2 touchdowns.
Eastern Conference Championship.
Yes.
Okay.
I think you were down by 2 touchdowns.
Right.
And in the fourth quarter to come back the way it was. And then to win in overtime, that was huge. Right. And you played a very big role in that game. And so I have to admit right now, from that game, I did follow you on Instagram. I had a crush on you. I had to. I had a crush on you. So like, like you were, I mean, for real. So as far as what you put on the field, that rough and tough, that you got going on the field, that intimidating act, is that the same way you are off the field?
Nah. Most of my teammates probably think I'm the silliest person on the team. I'm always joking. I'm always playing around. I mean, I'm very sweet. I'm kind of the player that if you didn't know that I played football, you probably would never thought it. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Like a switch on and off. I'm competitive by nature, but when it comes to me being, in everyday street clothes or, just going to the gym and having fun, me just hanging out with the girls, whatever I'm doing, I'm not the same Coco. I can't be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know how to be able to adjust to my situations. I'm Colette Montgomery, by alias, my name is Coco Montgomery because I play football and I'm known to play football, well. But away from the football field, I'm just Colette. I mean, I am known as Coco too out there, but I'm totally different. I know how to switch it on and off.
Cool. That game, what did you think about that game? Was that one of the best games you ever played?
It was. I was really proud of my sisters because at one point, especially, anybody who knows sports, when you get down, when you're in a big game like that, I mean, you down by a touchdown, you're already defeated sometimes in your mind. And then to be down by 2, it was almost like, okay, we didn't come this far, you see what I'm saying, to lose at this moment. So it had to be, feel like step up and say, you know what, as veterans of this team, this is how we're going to, do this, how we're going to do that. Come together, let's win a ball game. And that's what it was most impressive to me, that my teammates weren't already folded after they saw that we were down by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? We did that in like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yep.
By getting an offside kick. You know what I'm saying? They end up not realizing that we kicked the ball. We got the ball back. We scored down. Then we got the ball back again and scored again. It was just like almost like, darn, like that happened so quickly. I mean, they were shocked, like, what's going on? Like, so it was just, again, it was more of me being just that proud of my teammates for having heart, because nothing else besides heart would have won that ball game. If we had continued to feel like, well, we were already losing, the clock is ticking, like a lot of people think, and we had coaches that were still there in that time being that kept us uplifted so that we could win that ball game and come out, victorious. And that's why, that is one of the biggest games of Atlanta Steam's history, because we can say, we overcame situations like that and we were victorious. We just have to, make sure a lot of times after that game, we had to, always make sure we were not putting ourselves in those positions. You know what I'm saying? To the point where our games weren't on the line that close and we had to, almost like do everything we can, bring every hat out the bag to win a ball game.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it, Coco. I appreciate you spending some time, taking time out your day to talk with us.
No problem.
Where can everyone follow you at, find you at? What's your Instagram or Twitter name?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, ATLBread1. That's ATLBRED1.
All right. And
my Twitter is the same thing.
Okay, Twitter and Instagram. Once again, we appreciate it. Make sure you're rehabbing, getting ready for the next season. We look forward to it, okay?
Most definitely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.